The question is, my husband says porn isn't cheating because there's no real person involved. But it feels like a betrayal to me. Am I being too sensitive?
Yeah, this could be a whole episode, Danielle, because unfortunately, just like emotional affairs, like I didn't know that was cheating. A lot of people watch videos and don't think that, hey, this is cheating, but it is a betrayal because it is a betrayal of trust. It is a violation to the relationship because I am fixating my eyes on an alternative other. And what happens is, forget physical sex. If I'm locked in to pornography, first of all, let's talk about how damaging it is to a marriage. I can have anything I want with porn. If I want light, if I want dark, if I want tall, if I want short, if I want Latina, if I want Asian, if I want African, if I want Caucasian, I can have it all. And with all of that variety, how could the same woman compare to all of this, right? In porn, everything's perfect. There's no varicose veins. There's no ashy skin. There's no stank breath. There's no hair out of place. Everything is perfect. Why? Because it's a fantasy. So now I take this fictitious fantasy into my real life marital situation and get frustrated and discouraged because you won't show up the way these images and the way that these movies or porn videos that I watch are showing up. So it changes my desire. It changes my temptations. It changes my appetite for sex. And so now, because of what I did, it creates insecurity in you because guess what? Now, if we do come together, you're covered. It's a blow to your emotions and your self-esteem and your body image because, wow, she has big breasts, you have small. She has a big behind you. Like all of these things are creating so much distrust and decay in a relationship, even though I never physically touch. But guess what? Oftentimes affairs are not just about the sex, it's about desire. And if I have now a desire for something or someone other than you, it's a problem.
I think one of the most destructive things, and it's a blessing that we've not had this personally in our own marriage, but we deal with so many couples that struggle with this very thing, right? And it is so invalidating to the spouse. Now, there's way more men that are struggling with pornography than you have women that are struggling with pornography and watching it. But on both sides, you're dealing with some really invalidating content coming at you all the time. I mean, to your point, the different body parts and all those things comparing, right? You can't compare to somebody who is hot instantly, wet instantly. I don't sound like that. I don't look like that. I don't move like that, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing on the other side for men and women, right? And so you're so invalidated by it. But I think the worst thing, and I don't know what chemically happens, and maybe you can speak to this, what happens in the brain. But oftentimes men struggle to be turned on by their spouses now, right? Because they have created this appetite for the pornography and it's a quick fix, right? Like everything is hot right then and there and they don't have to wait for it, right? It's instantaneous gratification and satisfaction of something that is literally unattainable in your marital bedroom, right?
Yes.
So that now when you see your spouse, that doesn't do anything for you. It's like a peanut butter and jelly to a smash burger. You know what I mean? Like a peanut butter and jelly, yeah, it's food and nutritious. But a smash, I mean, I guess, but a smash burger is, you know, it's juicy, it's oozing with cheese, it's got it going on. And so this is what people are dealing with. And it's almost like they're caught up in their own trap, right? Because they're so addicted to the pornography and they want to go back to their marital bed, but there's something missing in the marital bed. And so now the spouse is the one to blame. Like, I need you to dress like this. I need you to be more like this. I need you to try these physical acts. And I have counseled many women who have tried their hardest to keep up with the pornography fantasies that their husband brings to the bedroom to no avail. When I tell you they have tried it, and still nothing can cure the insatiable desire for the pornography.
Yeah. And let's just be real. Now, this is not everybody's situation, but some people watch porn and it's destructive, but it stops there. For others, they go a little bit further because guess what? you're right. I can watch a bunch of videos. I don't know these people, but then it's just like, I want a little bit more, because what happens is dopamine. You said what happens in the brain? It's dopamine hits, right? It's a reward system. I'm rewarded, but at some point, what is now new becomes normal, and I need something a little bit more. So I'll transition from videos to online chats, to OnlyFans. So now I'm having a one-on-one encounter sometimes with another person. We're talking to each other. It's almost like virtual sexual experiences without physical gratification. And now, I don't know if you know, there's technology out there in a normal relationship. Like, there's technology where I can have a phone and lips attached to the phone. I'm kissing the lips, and you have a phone with lips attached, and now we can kiss each other virtually through these devices. And those are the type of things that are being experienced virtually with strangers, or with quote unquote pornography arena type experiences. And it is a betrayal. And what happens is, I think your point was such a valid point, and I don't want to skip over that. It diminishes the desire, the natural desire that you have for your spouse. So now when we have real sex, I can't keep it up. I can't stay hard. You don't get wet. There's no chemistry there. It's just physical friction, and there's no intimacy
and maybe
there.
that's what he's looking for, really, because that's all he's ever seen, right? And so, I mean, speaking on the other side of it, like, it's very painful and uncomfortable for a woman to operate in reality what they're seeing in the pornography. It doesn't go like that, right? But they're trying to keep up with these desires because they're trying to please their husband. And this goes back to trying to normalize something that's not normal, right? There was another question that was talking about that. And so you're trying to normalize something that's not normal in the bedroom, and you're trying to keep up, and it's injuring you physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And honestly, you're just becoming more and more distant, because he's not satisfied, because you're really never going to be able to satisfy that insatiable desire. He's going to finish with you and go right back to the porn, because porn is an addiction, right? So it's like you're trying to accommodate, but the accommodating is only making the situation worse. It's certainly not serving the relationship. So it's, again, I mean, it seems like it always circles back to getting the support and therapy that you need. But I think a lot of people underestimate the destructive power of pornography. I hear people talk about it all the time. It's just what guys do. It's normal, et cetera, et cetera. And they have no idea that they're stepping into a trap with a door that only opens on one side.
That's a fact. And just, if we can be honest, sexually, it has been said, studies have been done, that the more porn you watch, it could potentially make you a lousy lover, because you're modeling what's seen in the video. In the video, there's no intimacy.
None.
There's no foreplay. There's no connection. And so a lot of times a spouse may feel like all he wants to do is just penetrate. Like, there's no warm up, there's no anticipation, there's no foreplay, there's no anything. And so it makes for an uncomfortable experience for the spouse, right? The wife. But then what it is just masturbation using another body to fulfill your own sexual desires, and it's very selfish, not selfless.
And it shuts her down. So now you see her as the problem, right? Because she tried to keep up with it. She couldn't keep up with it. It didn't serve or solve the problem, right? So she shuts down completely. And now you have an excuse, right? Because you won't give it to me. That's why I go to porn.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's such a destructive cycle.
And we got to talk about this addiction piece, because most people would never acknowledge themselves as an addict. Like, that's the last thing they want to say is, I'm an addict. Because when you think of an addict, you think of somebody who's on methadone, or what's the drug that if people are bent over sideways? Fentanyl, right? That's what you see. Somebody who's got a bottle in their hand and they're just all inebriated. That's what you think of when you think of an addiction. So I'm discreet. I watch porn, but how many hours are you watching it? What is it distracting you from? What is it keeping you from? How much money are you spending to support this quote unquote habit? And an addiction really is a uncontrolled habit. So if you would say it's a behavior that you've attempted to solve and fix, but you can't, habit, addiction, that's what it is. And it is destructive to a relationship. And so if you're experiencing that, you need to get help, because it is a form of betrayal that needs to be dealt with.